Let's have a look at another question. Let's see how you can answer this. Imagine this is a circuit in front of you. All you need to do is you have to find out the value of R. Okay. Now, as soon as you look at this question, I am really wanted to know what exactly has come into your mind. Let me guess. Imagine as soon as you see this, you might wonder which technique to be used. Then you will think of, first you will think of, shall I go for star delta transformation or delta to star transformation, or I'll go for nodal analysis, or I'll go for mesh analysis, I'll go for this technique, that technique. You will all think all those things. If you go with such a kind of techniques, of course you will get an answer, but it will take a lot of time. Okay. Now let's see how to deal with this kinds of questions, or any question, how to deal with it is what let me quickly show you. Please remember, any question, any subject, especially if that question happens to be a problem, you have to always do reverse engineering. I mean, what exactly here he is asking? He is asking to find out capital R. Then you should think, how can we calculate this capital R? What are the methods? What are the parameters required for me to calculate this R, right? Then afterwards, in which what are the knowns and what are the unknowns? So you have to do it in reverse engineering. Okay. As soon as you see this circuit, if I am not wrong, different techniques will come into your mind. Somebody will say nodal analysis, somebody will say mesh analysis, somebody will say will go for star delta transformation, or you might think of any other technique. You might say superposition theorem, this technique, that technique, right? Let me answer this in a most simplest way. What is the question he is asking? He is saying find R. Okay. Now, anytime any question related to resistances, I mean calculation of equivalent resistances, can be solved in only two ways. I repeat, if at all, if that question is related to equivalent resistances, it can be solved in two ways. One is network reduction technique. Network reduction technique means there will be lot of elements are there. You have to keep on reducing two resistors in parallel, replace it with one. If they are in series, replace it with one. So you have to keep on compressing the circuit, and finally you will be left with one single element. That is a way to calculate equivalent resistance, but that method is applicable if the circuit has no sources. For suppose, imagine let us say this is 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, let us say A and B. Now the question is find RAB. Then how will you do? 1 and 1 are in series, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 parallel to 1, whole is in series with 1, in parallel with 1, in series with 1. So you will keep on compressing the circuit towards the AB terminals, and finally you will get an answer. What if in between, this is called network reduction technique. What if in between I have a voltage source? Then absolutely I can't do that. Okay. So this network reduction technique is applicable if the circuit has no sources. What if the sources are there? Then here comes the next and most important and simple technique, that is Ohm's law. Three weapons you have to carry all the time: Ohm's law, KCL and KVL. Okay. Shoot these three primary techniques, and then afterwards you go for any other big techniques, right? The second one is what? Ohm's law. Now, can I use network reduction technique here? No, I cannot use it, because with the help of network reduction technique, I may not calculate RAB. I can calculate only max to max. I can replace these three elements with another three elements, star, delta, 2 or 3 elements, I can replace it. But end of the day, I need R. Okay. So obviously, I am going for a law called Ohm's law. Okay. For simplicity, let me assume this as point A and let me assume this as point B. So now can I say that now the question is no more R. Let me call this question as what? RAB. This is the question now. Now, how to find out RAB? One is I cannot calculate using network reduction. Other way is I got an idea. What if I know what is VAB and what if I know what is IAB? The ratio of VAB by IAB is nothing but what? RAB, which is nothing but what? Your R. Now the next question, what is VAB? Can I say VAB as VA minus VB? As simple as that. Let's see, what is VA? What's the voltage here? 100. Here, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. So what is VA? 100 volts. Directly I can write. Next, what's the voltage here? 40, 40, 40, 40 and 40. So what is VB now? 40 volts. Finish. My VAB is ready. So what is VAB? 100 minus 40, 60. Next, RAB is what I want to know. I have to find out, I have to find out IAB now, right? I already calculated VAB, now I have to find out what? IAB. Let's see, what's the current here? 10 amperes, here 10 amperes. Now the question is, I have to find out current through this path. I mean, this question mark is what I have to find out. Till here the current is how much? 10 amperes. Until and unless I know current through 14 ohm resistor, I cannot calculate it. Now, how to calculate it? Let's see. Whenever currents are mentioned in the circuit, you please trace its path. It means from which point to which point the current is flowing. And also you remember that whenever current hits a junction, they are going to divide it. It means I am going to trace the path. So upwards the 10 amperes flow till here. Now let me come in reverse way. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So what's the current here? 10 amperes. Next, 5 amperes is still here. Let me come in reverse way. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. This is how much? 5 amperes. This is 10. This is 5. Means what is this? 15 amperes. I know current. I know resistance. What can I calculate? Voltage. How much? 30 volts. So what is this? 30 volts. What is this? 100 volts. Now, can't you calculate current through 14 ohm resistor? Yes. 100 minus 30, 70. 70 by 4, 5. 70 by 14, 5. Right? Out of 10, 5 is here. How much is left out? 5. So, what is the denominator now? IAB equals to 5 amperes. Right? So, therefore, what is IAB now? 5 amperes. What is VAB now? 60 volts. Therefore, what is the answer? RAB equals to 60 by 5, that is 12 ohms, which matches with option D. If you carefully notice, I didn't use any nodal, any mesh, no star delta transformation, nothing. All I carried is the most powerful weapon called Ohm's law. Okay. So, this is what the thing is. As soon as you see any circuit, lot of bulbs will glow in your mind. I'll go for this technique, that technique, this technique, that technique. But ultimately, it's not about getting an answer, as I said. It's all about getting an answer in the shortest possible time. How to do that is what you have to see. Fine. So, that's the answer, 12 ohms.